Chosen ones, though you may not realize it, the world has been waiting for you for a long time. The shadows of the past, the silent cries of the future, all roads have brought you to this moment. When your destiny was sealed, you left the ordinary and joined the chosen. But this is not only a blessing, it is also a burden. Your phone rings at 3 in the morning. It is no ordinary call. There is no familiar voice on the other end. It is not a government agent, your mother, or an old friend warning you. He knows your name. He says he is tracking your movements. But it is not because you are in danger. You are stepping into the 0.1%. Wealth is not a random game of chance. Everything in the universe moves with precision. Wealth has chosen you, called you, and marked you. For some it is a privilege, for others it is a curse. Because this wealth is not only about money. It brings with it eyes that were never on you before. Before we go on, I want you to take a deep breath, and then you have to do 3 things. Press the like button, subscribe so we can reach 10,000 people, and leave a comment with the number 11. The people watching you are different now. Before no one cared. You could walk in the shadows, in silence. But now your freedom means more than money. You will be noticed because you belong to a wealthy class. Your eyes will be open to networks, systems, and balances of power that you were not part of before. Moving in the dark is no longer an option for you. You have become one of the chosen ones, and this is just the beginning. Data is the first step. Your exchanges, changing digital trends, and strange money movements are all flagged by algorithms. Then there are the background checks you never apply for. Invisible, subtle signals about your relationships, your history, and your identity. They wonder why you are you. What caused this money to end up in your hands? Is it an accident, a coincidence, or something more serious? As you can see, when unexpected money appears on the scene, the system reacts instead of just observing. Because money is power, not just numbers in a bank account. Power must also be taken into account. You are now an oddity rather than just a name. Anomalies are also examined. Changes involving large sums of money are not kept quiet. As soon as it works to your advantage, a series of mistakes follows. Financial institutions pay attention to unusual behavior. Movement is flagged by credit agencies. Protective surveillance is triggered by government systems. Most people don't realize that corporations monitor wealth with the same vigor as government officials, because influence is a function of money. Influence equals autonomy, and the greatest danger to the system is independence. If divine love abounds in your heart, now is the time to share it. Click the Super Thank button on YouTube and donate $50 or more to help spread God's blessings. Through this platform, this wonderful gift will not only impact your life, but also the souls of countless others. Your donations will be a result of our prayers, and each of you has a special position in God's greater plan. You were created to do so much more under God's tender care. So act today and spread your benefits to glorify His kingdom. May God bless you. There is a reason why millionaires don't move for no reason. They have learned the game. They realize that as soon as their net worth increases, their names come up in a different discourse. Because for elite status, knowledge is more important than possessions. You will learn things that most people will never learn. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment with the number 22 to send a powerful message to the universe that you are ready for your breakthrough. First, you must determine who is observing you and why. You don't scrutinize anyone unless they are important. Unless a person is a variable in the equation, you don't observe them. Now you are the variable. This is procedure, not paranoia. Because when money starts flowing towards you, it changes more than your bank account. It changes where you stand in the system. You are here for a reason. If you feel chosen, it is time to answer the call. By clicking the Join button, you can access deep insights, unique information, and a powerful community willing to accompany you on your journey. This is an opportunity to fully embrace your divine destiny and seize the path designed for you. It is more than just a membership. Don't hesitate. Step forward and become one of the chosen ones. And what about the system? It has to be aware. Having vigilant eyes is not always bad. There is some precautionary monitoring. Institutions take action to protect assets, confirm legality, and stop fraud if you are about to receive large sums. But they also monitor for other reasons. Some surveillance is a test. They want to see how you react to an unexpected force. Will you be careless? Will you give false signals? Will you do anything that will allow them to deprive you of your real influence? Finally, incarceration is the last kind. Not everyone is meant to be wealthy. When the majority of people are dominated by debt, dependency, and poverty, the system thrives. What about you? You are not supposed to stay small, and for this reason they keep track of your movements. Some units are not included in any official records. Intelligence agencies keep an eye on things other than terrorism and crime. They monitor influence, private financial institutions that predict subversives as well as investing. Invisible networks that recognize the potential of selected people before they realize it. They sense potential in you. That's why you are being watched. They need to determine whether you are a danger or an asset to the system because the latter is in your favor. And everything depends on what you do next. It started 3 days ago, something deeper. Neither a phone call nor a letter in the mail. It was hard to ignore the signs then. A change in the weather, a pressure in your chest, the feeling that the ground itself was saying, "Get ready." The first time, a black SUV 3 cars back seemed like a coincidence, nothing out of the ordinary. The second time, it was confirmed. Same car, different time of day, different place. No license plates, tinted windows. You could see that they were just observing, in no hurry to follow you or lose you. They had no intention of intimidating you. Their intention was not to threaten. Something was coming. That's why they were there. And when you have that much money, people gravitate towards you. Maybe you also observed other things. Calls that don't ring but seem to be missed. A strange behavior on your phone. Emails not loading as fast as they normally do. An uneasy feeling that someone is doing a background check on you without your permission. By entering the 33, you can claim these benefits that will lead to more opportunities in your life, such as professional success, financial success, business success, health, and all your heart's desires. Because the system doesn't expect you to declare it when fortune starts moving in your favor. They are already aware of it, and so they set themselves up to watch, not to interfere. Not yet. Because there is much more in front of you than you can comprehend. If poverty is not in your family DNA, leave a note saying, "Built for wealth, built for power." If they are looking, it is about you, not just about money. Money comes and goes, you see. Not everyone who is lucky enough to get a deal is followed by the system. But things change when some people get rich. Because influence is the only thing that some individuals are destined for. You are one of those individuals who are spiritually marked as well as monetarily fortunate. When wealth and that kind of power come together, the system takes notice. Governments work on categorization instead of chaos. Every single citizen belongs to a category. The majority never make enough noise to deserve a second look. They live and die in the lowest echelons. But when you rise, when you really rise, your name enters other rooms, places you've never been. Who is this? Where did they come from? What are they about to do? Questions are asked by influential people in these rooms, and files are opened before you even realize the change. Your financial history is examined. Your social connections are mapped. Your habits are observed. And money is no longer the only factor. Because whether you are a danger, an asset, or something else entirely is revealed when you are chosen for something bigger. Think of the most powerful and wealthy individuals in history. Tesla, Nikola. 2 men from different worlds. Malcolm X. They both observed. They both had their eyes on everything. The system resented them both. Tesla, whose ideas had the potential to revolutionize the world's energy supply, had his funding abruptly cut off, was blacklisted, and left to disappear into obscurity. Malcolm X, who advocated independence, empowerment, and escape from oppression, was constantly monitored until the day he was murdered. The establishment fears what great minds do with money, not the money itself, because influence, real influence, is about escaping control. And that makes the system uncomfortable. It favors those who trust and need it. But the real monitoring starts when someone shows up without permission, deviates from the standard path, or fails to stay limited. It is about knowing what level you are entering, not being paranoid. Because when fortune begins to work in your favor, it is not only your life that changes, but the way the system as a whole views you. They need to know how you plan to play this game. Are you going to be careless, or are you going to act as if you are fully aware of what is going on and know exactly what to do next? Wealth is not just about statistics. It requires more than luck, effort, or hard work. There is a cosmic pact. Some individuals spend their whole lives chasing money, never experiencing true abundance. Others, like you, are drawn to money not by chance or accident, but because they were marked before they were born. This path has chosen you, not the other way around. The cosmos is now giving you what was always intended for you. Have you ever wondered why some people can get money once and build an empire, while others can make millions and lose it all in an instant? It is because harmony is more important for wealth than money alone. Not everyone is suited for positions of authority. They don't have that frequency. Their souls are not built to handle accountability, power, or the weight of real success. But what about you? You were created for this. Click on the Super Thank button and donate $100 or more to access exclusive insights and discover your divine mission. This is not just a gift, it is a declaration. Take the first step towards your future. The universe saw your potential before you even knew what money was or took your first breath. It knew that you would not only get money, but that you would expand it. It would be useful for you. The system would be turned upside down in a way they never expected from you. That is why this shift is happening right now. Because when your purpose and your energy are aligned, nothing can stop what is about to happen. Your intuition has been sharper lately. You are able to predict events before they happen. Perhaps you have the impression that you are being guided. Favorable connections, chances, and situations are being pushed your way by unseen hands. This is divine orchestration, not coincidence. Because money moves spiritually as well as physically. It is a vitality. And as your frequency increases to correspond to the amount of wealth you are entering, the floodgates open. Suddenly, opportunities arise. People come at just the right time. Doors open that were closed before, because this prosperity was not bestowed upon you alone. You have been chosen to distribute it, to change reality and restore balance in areas where authority has accumulated over a long period of time. It is about fulfilling your part of the bargain, not about chasing money. You are entering the world of purpose-driven prosperity. And the system? It is aware. That's why they are watching. That's why they are watching, because when the chosen people get rich, the world changes. Now it's your turn. You didn't start this. It was written long before you noticed the first sign, long before fortune began to work in your favor and the system took notice of you. At one point, your grandmother told you about a family secret that had been passed down through the years. A fortune buried so deeply would have taken thousands of years to surface. And now it's coming out of you. Governments track wealth, but what about real power? They find its source. Because without history, money cannot move, and people pay attention when a bloodline, your bloodline, is connected to something bigger, something old, something that should not be forgotten. This is about a reawakening, not just a change in finances. As soon as you entered this energy, they saw this pattern, as they already see it. Ancestors who were never meant to be impoverished, legacies that were never meant to be lost, names that had the potential to be powerful, but were forgotten. And hidden wealth? It always finds its legitimate successor. This strange feeling that you were not designed for this challenge may be something you have experienced before. The limitations and shortcomings that other people take for granted. Because something inside you has always told you that you are part of something bigger. In blood, not just in spirit. Some names have been obscured by the rewriting of history. But your DNA? It never forgets. It honors the riches your ancestors had before. It reminds you of the power your ancestors had before. It reminds you of the power that was taken away, suppressed, or pushed to the background. And now it is coming back. Not by accident, not by chance, not by fate. The moment you entered this wealth, everything changed. Not only your lifestyle or your money account, but also how you are seen by others. Because money is power, not just money. And what about power? It makes you a target. People love to rejoice when money is in the hands of those they can control. CEOs, athletes, and entertainers who follow the rules. But the pressure starts when the money falls into the hands of an unexpected person. Someone who builds instead of just spending. Because you are no longer a person but a human bank, a walking safe, and you will get different reactions from the world. Some will respect you, others will fear you. Also, some may try to steal from you through coercion or fraud. Because when you have something important, everybody wants a piece. If they cannot have it themselves, they will try to prevent you from using it. Wealth requires planning. It doesn't just buy freedom. The way you used to act is no longer possible. What you used to say is no longer possible. You cannot use your energy so carelessly, so openly, so confidently. Because everybody is watching you, not only the system, but there are those who want you to fail rather than succeed. And what about this insight? It changes you. It sharpens your mind. As a result, you become discriminatory. It forces you to act in silence. Because the wealthy are not weak. If you don't control it, it will dominate you. Money brings with it a new kind of tension. It is more important to protect it than to create it. It has to be protected. It's about realizing that everybody is watching you and waiting to see if you will rise or not. And this knowledge? It transforms you. You get a different perspective. You question the motives of others. You start observing the flow of information, detecting who is asking the wrong questions and who is paying too much attention. At this point, you are not just wealth, you are wealth. You are a living and breathing vault, and that makes you dangerous in a power-driven environment. If you want power, opportunity, and money to work in your favor, leave a statement that includes the phrase, "Wealth moves when I say it moves." The system was never designed to give you freedom. Its purpose was to control through taxes, debts, fees, and dependency. It is vital for governments. Banks make money from it. But the moment you stop needing them, you become dangerous. Because the one thing the system cannot accept is independence. Most people can barely make ends meet. Credit cards, school loans, and mortgages are intertwined in a cycle that guarantees their survival. The system loves this, because when you are dependent, you are predictable. Addiction prevents you from asking questions. You don't question regulations, you don't intervene in the power dynamic. But when someone like you, breaks out of that mold, they can no longer dominate you. They are afraid of that. Being rich and facing opposition is nothing new. Take a look at Marcus Garvey. He built an empire of financially independent companies, shipping lines, and black-owned businesses that challenged the status quo. They destroyed everything he built and called him a threat. Or Howard Hughes, a multi-billionaire genius who faced constant scrutiny, smear attacks, and isolation as a result of his challenge to political and corporate authority. Institutions fear what you do with money, not the money itself. Because when someone with vision, independence, and authority has wealth, they become unstoppable. They build their own networks, economies, and institutions outside the system. And as history has shown, the system will do nothing to stop it. You are changing your whole position in the game. You are not just making money. Their credit is no longer necessary for you. Their consent is no longer necessary. You no longer comply with their regulations. That's the source of the concern. Because people who can finance their own movements are not the people the establishment wants. People who can speak out without fear of reprisal, who can help others escape control. When a person achieves true independence, they become a symbol. Symbols are also contagious. Because if you can break free, others can break free. It is about what your money means, not just how much money you have. They are just worried that you will not tell them. They are afraid that you will teach others the same thing. They are worried that you are going to build something that they cannot take apart. And that's why you are under pressure right now. Because you are jeopardizing not only the ability to manage your life, but the survival of the system. The money you will receive is not kept in a vault. It doesn't yet exist as paper, as numbers on a screen, or as a physical object that you can touch. It is now in a quantum state that is everywhere and nowhere at the same time. It's following, waiting and watching for the exact moment when it will happen. Most people believe that money moves in straight lines through transactions, investments, and deposits. It physically moves from one place to another. But real wealth? It moves in a unique way. It operates in the invisible realm, existing in many possible states until one is chosen, until it becomes a single reality. And what about then? Not just the deposit or the confirmation of a money transfer. The moment the wealth is in your hands, they have their eyes on you. Because then you go from being a theoretical danger to a real danger. And then the game changes. Not only you, but the energy of the money is being tracked by the system. Unlike old-fashioned surveillance, federal personnel don't wait for you to sign bank papers or send in taxes. They are using something much more sophisticated. Predictive models powered by artificial intelligence that anticipate financial changes before they occur. Quantum systems that predict changes in economic power before they occur. Technology that, in addition to your transactions, can see the timeline your wealth is on before it even unfolds. They predicted this before you. They realized the data was changing. They realized that your frequency changed. Because momentum is more important than numbers when it comes to wealth. And now that yours is moving, they are watching every potential outcome. The real financial ascendancy was not the design of traditional banking. It was built for containment, control, and structure. However, what is happening to you goes beyond this framework. All your wealth is not in the hands of a single institution. It is fluid, decentralized, and uncontrollable. Therefore, they need to look after you in a different way, because when your money is fully realized, it will not be trapped. There won't be any regulation. It cannot be stopped. It will move in the same way as you, in an uncontrolled way. And what about this? That's what they fear the most. Even before you make your next move, they are observing, watching, evaluating, and trying to predict it. But the truth is that they have no control over what they don't know. This is why silence is your best weapon. Noisy people are easy to stop. They make their plans public. They let the system respond. But what about the quiet ones? They change the game without anyone even realizing they are playing. Think of the greats. Those who acquired wealth, influence, and a lasting legacy while avoiding the pitfalls that came their way. They acted differently from everyone else. They didn't need approval. They did not publicize their every move. They let results speak louder than words, because they realized that the weakest man in the room is the one who makes the most noise. Most people make the mistake of believing that progress needs to be visible. Success needs to be announced. If the world doesn't notice it, your rise is not real. This is not true. Attention is not something that real power wants. It works in the darkness. It gains momentum in the shadows. And when it finally comes into the light, it is too big to stop. The system relies on predictability to survive. They want to determine your next course of action. They want to predict your choices. They want to influence the outcome before it happens. But if you can master the art of silence, they cannot follow what they cannot see. They anticipate that you will speak, boast, and extend your hand. Therefore, do the opposite. Let them think you are standing still when you are already 10 steps ahead. Say no more than necessary. Every word you speak is data. Protect it. Control your digital footprint. Every call, every touch, every message, they are watching. Build quietly. Wealth is a long game. Don't rush to be seen, rush to be untouchable. Master patience. The best moves are not made in reaction, they are made with deliberate precision. Attack only when the time is right, and when you do, make sure it is too late for anyone to stop you. The greatest power you have is not money, it is not influence, it is mystery. Because when they don't know what is coming, they cannot stop it. Wealth has changed you, not only how you live, but how the world moves around you. Eyes are on you now. Systems are changing according to your ascension. This is a new reality. And survival is not just about keeping the money, it's about protecting your position. There is a fine line between security and surveillance. The system will tell you that they are watching for your own good, that increased scrutiny is a form of protection. But protection and control look the same, until it is too late. You must enjoy security without giving up autonomy. The more they know, the more they can guess. The more they guess, the easier it is to limit you. The easier it is to limit you, the easier it is to make sure you can never go beyond what they allow. Act wisely. You should know your rights legally, what they can and cannot do. The system works on obedience, assuming that the majority will not challenge its authority. But knowledge changes everything. Financially, you must be untouchable. You must understand the structures, take advantage of the laws, and place wealth in positions where it cannot be easily seized, manipulated, or consumed. Spiritually, you must remain unshaken. Your energy affects everything. The moment fear overtakes you, the moment uncertainty distorts your vision, the moment you second-guess your position, you have already lost. Your defense is awareness. Your best weapon is knowledge. This much wealth requires a new way of thinking. You are no longer just someone who makes money. You are someone who controls it, and control is essential in this game. Know the rules before they are used against you. Understand the mechanisms before they constrain you. Master the tactics before they squeeze you. Because knowledge is no longer just power, it is survival. They thought you wouldn't notice the change. They trusted you to stay small, but now you are here and there is no turning back. If you are confident in your power, leave a note. Keep them informed of what's going on, and when the time comes, take what is already yours. Strike without warning and move quietly. Click the subscribe button to stay in touch and be part of a community that values self-acceptance, healing, and moving forward. To support us, donate by clicking the Super Thank button below. Share this with someone who needs to hear it, like it, and leave a comment. Every share, like, and comment makes a big difference in getting the word out to the people who need it most. Let's keep moving forward together because you deserve to be surrounded by positive people, not negative ones. See you at the next one. May you be blessed.